Hey, man, you see it. It's that You Heard podcast, man. We back at it. Hey, look, man, 1,000 subscribers, and I promised y'all I was going to wear this hat. You know what I'm saying? A little behind the scenes. This shit is not snapped because it will.
1G.
You know what I'm saying?
1,000 subs.
Yeah, man. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Keep the comments coming, man. Shout out to the SC fan commented on our stuff, man. Salute to you. We got mutual hatred for the NC2A, man. So we good with it. All right, man. Let's get into this intro and let's chop it up, man. You know how we do.
Let's go.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast with your hosts, Ben, Joe, and CB. We're here to cover everything related to Miami Hurricanes football, from hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
All right, we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about it at the end.
No, let's talk about that shit right now because you completely flipped it on me now.
I hate him for knowing this, bro. This man knew the brand, dog.
Okay, I don't appreciate it. I'm saying, like,
I mean, what did you talk? What are we talking about, son?
Get into it. I felt
Keep it in the fuck. You heard?
Yeah, man.
Who said who yelled out CB, first of all?
That's my guy, man. That was my guy. Same one.
Oh, he did it.
One did. Yeah, he did it. Had him re-record it. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Jonathan, man. He listens to the pod. He's one of the. I started an old podcast with him called Man Chatter. So I always told him, man, like no matter what I do, what's next, he's always gonna be part of the next thing in a way or one way or another, man. It's my guy, man. I've known that guy for 27 years, man. He's been the same height since the day I met him.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Y'all done got listen, y'all done got CB fed up, man. He's on the internet cursing. I've never heard that from CB, man.
No.
Y'all got CB fed up, man. You know what I mean? He breathing, he's spitting the hot charcoal cherries out at y'all, man. You know what I mean?
Fam, I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand. Like, why is people blaming him for things not happening? Like, it's just people are bugging, yo.
Why is this getting under y'all skin so much that he's posting the young men, man, the young athletes? Why is this like destroying y'all lives so much, man, that he's doing this? This is crazy to me.
It just doesn't make sense. It's like, fam, just because he's posting about it, he's like, read the caption, fam. Just because he's posting what their attributes are and moving on, he's not saying this guy's going to be a Miami Hurricane or putting it out. There's like some insider. Pay attention, fam. Like, take 2 seconds to read the caption. If you don't like it, scroll. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting hyped up off that, you clearly didn't read the caption and only went to the thumbnail. And your ass ain't watched the huddle. So fuck you talking about?
And it don't matter. Why is that bothering you like this? There's so many other posts and stuff on your feed, man. Scroll past it, son. Like,
facts.
What is really going on, man?
It's just unnecessary, bro. Unnecessary. Man out here cussing. He ain't CB ain't even like that. You know what I'm saying? I cuss. I'm a cuss. I'll be cussing
he's the most upbeat, positive person, man. And y'all going at him. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to target, you know what I mean? We sit right here, son. We with it.
You see my face. Hey, let's keep it all the way a buck. You see our pictures in our thumbnail. Y'all hiding behind graphics. So, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be all slick with it.
We can go back and forth, man.
Yeah, man. We ain't hiding from nobody. All right, man. Enough of them lames, man. All right. You hit me this morning early. I was still sleeping from the weekend. Talking about, hey, man,
I was on the road. You know what I mean? Yeah, I was on the road. I was a road warrior. Yes.
Yeah, man. Putting the miles on. Yeah. You hit me with some good topics, and I've been thinking about them all day. Yeah. So this episode, we gonna talk about why and why can't they? They obviously being the only fucking team we care about. If y'all, you see it on the shelf, you see what we rocking. Like they is that. You know what I'm saying? It's the Canes, man. Why they can and why they can't win 9 games, amongst other topics. Y'all know how we do, man. We just chop it up on the show. All right, man. So hit me. Let me know your thought process. What made you go into that space?
All right. So, this is the time. Basically, 2023 class is done. No other recruits coming through that's going to impact this season, most likely, unless it's a grad transfer or something like that. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Basically, the rosters are finished for now. So, the predictions are starting. Everybody's filling out prediction cards. We're not doing that until, probably August, closer to the season, maybe the week before the season starts or whatever. But, they put graphics out, and me, I'm 12-0 every season. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. 12, that's the goal. You know what I mean? That's how I rock. 12-0. But logically, if we're thinking logically, 9 wins. Why? Let's talk about why we won't win 9 games. Okay. Why do you think we won't win 9 games without? See, this is the caveat, man. Everybody talks about last season.
Without injuries. You're about to say without injuries.
Everybody talks about last season, man. Last season is last season. That's over with. So, without talking about last season, why won't we win 9 games?
Okay. So, why won't we win 9 games? Injuries to skill position players and not having the depth. Another injury to TVD. As high as I am on JB11, you know what I mean?
That's your guy.
That's my guy. Love athleticism. I think he's going to be a baller. Don't know if he's ready yet. We saw him at spring. It was, spring's one game, but one game matters when you're trying to win 9.
Right.
It would have to be, if I'm going with like one key point, it's an injury to TVD and JB11 not being ready. Because I don't want to name all the bullet points because I really want to. I think this is a great topic of conversation. So let's break it all down. Like I'll give my negative, we discuss it, you give yours, and then go down the line. So what do you think if JB11 gets hurt, if TVD gets hurt, does JB11 get us to 9 wins?
All right. So you said because if TVD gets hurt, that's the main. Okay, so just TVD. Just injury to our quarterback, the starting quarterback. Yeah. So if TVD gets hurt, does JB get us to 9 wins? Yes.
Okay. Why? Because we got this isn't a post on Threads or whatever the fuck. We have a conversation. I need more than just okay. You won this debate, Joe. Claro, son.
Yes. Because of what's around him.
Okay.
So, offensive line should be much improved. Skill positions are much improved.
Facts. Depth, quality depth too, though. Like running back, it was a real big issue last year, and we have 3 to 4 guys now that are actually scholarship. We were having to deal with like a walk-on transfer running the ball last year. So, okay, I'm with you.
And the offensive coordinator works well with dual threat quarterbacks. So he'll know exactly how to change things up if need be.
Okay.
In my opinion.
I'm with you on that. All right. Reason number 2 why we won't win 9 games, in my opinion. Lack of cohesion within the coaching staff and players again.
Okay, again. So again, that was okay.
That was so it's a lot of new voices.
For a different reason, though.
For a different reason. It's just a whole new language, and it takes too long for the language to be understood. Is the reason why, you know what I mean? It like a slow start, and then we have a good ending, but it doesn't quite get us to 9 games. Because if we're doing predictions, I think 9 games is like that number that we need for the good December, for the good close. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's a different conversation for a different. That's a different conversation for a different episode. That's not this episode. So y'all tune in for that one because that will happen. But yeah, I think it'll be a lack of. Just a lack of communication within the team. Like, because again, it's what is it? third year with third new coaches.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? 3 new coaches. So that matters.
Okay. So I can agree with that. That can definitely be reason number 2. Lack of cohesion, you're learning a new language, right?
Right.
Without Rosetta Stone, man, you're learning a new language.
Exactly. Ain't no Duolingo with this one, yeah.
Facts. So again, it should be easier on the defensive side of the ball, but with Coach Guidry, it won't be that easy.
Right.
But
with Dawson,
at the end of the day,
you
know, on the defensive side of it. Did I say offense? On the defensive side of the ball. I'm sorry. It shouldn't be that hard, but he's a defensive coordinator that likes to do a lot of different things. So it may take a couple of, maybe 4 or 5 weeks to fully get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's stop the run, tackle, play man, play zone. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's just calls it otherwise. Facts.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So reason. Let's throw a reason number 3.
Reason number 3
in games. Let me give you one. Let's talk about it. Let me give you one. The offensive line doesn't pan out like we think it should. Because let's keep it a buck. Matt Lee was at UCF.
Yeah.
Although they're the self-proclaimed champs,
right,
and Kings of Florida,
right,
the level of play was different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's not going up against Clemson's D line. It was
Florida State's.
Yeah, it was a difference. And we were at the spring game.
Mm-hmm. Challenges.
It was a little, it was a little different for him.
Yeah. What? Pause right there. The spring game, yes, but he wasn't working with his 2 guards. He was working with new guards.
I get you.
But again, like if you're the leader and the one who's hyped up as a center, you got to pull those weak links with you. So,
but but there were some things, there were some things.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But it's a spring game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's early. I really don't take too much stock into that. Jalen Rivers, tackle, guard. Where is he? Where is that? If the freshman starts at right tackle, at the end of the day, he's a freshman.
Yes.
Starting at right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
The second game is at Texas A&M or in Miami against Texas A&M against NFL D line.
Yeah.
Let's keep it above.
They have a bunch of 5 stars.
Yes.
Yeah. A bunch of 5 stars. Yeah.
Let's keep it above. Inez Cooper, good year last year. Still young. Javion Cohen proven at big time program. So is Zion Nelson coming back? Is he going to be healthy? By all accounts, all reports, he's healthy and ready to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How does that shake up things? Does he instantly slide in at left tackle? And does Jalen Rivers move to right tackle? You know what I mean? It's a lot of it's still questions, man. It's still questions. You still got to get that 5. You know what I mean?
Does Jalen Rivers beat out I'm saying a CC? I'm saying a Mike Gore. And if Jalen Rivers going into his 5th or 6th year isn't on that field, how I'm saying, how does that mesh with that O-line group? Those are the real questions, because this is his livelihood, right? So man, that O-line not meshing me, them not having the time together. It's gonna have moments of challenges, just of communication, because again, language, habit. If this was they were together last year, let's say if they were all freshmen or came in last year and had to do that sit out shit, sit out year and then did it this year, I'd feel differently. But they all got thrown together in the spring. Inez and Javion didn't play in the spring game. They both like picked up little injuries in the beginning and warm-ups. They held them out. It's fine. So then you saw that's where like another issue will pop up for me. Like one of the depth behind them is 100% worrisome at the guard spot. But then if Zion starts, I don't feel as bad because then you have Jalen Rivers, right? That could kick inside.
So who's at the guard? Okay, the center depth definitely concerns me.
Yeah, there's. I mean, Tripp would be number 2, right? Or tow truck.
Well, all right, at guard. So who's interior O line? Who do we have? We have Antonio Tripp.
Antonio Tripp.
Jonathan Dennis.
Yeah, tow truck. Right.
We have
Michael McDonald. What's that?
Michael McLaughlin. He's a tackle. He's definitely went bounce inside.
Well, then he's not going to be playing much on the tackle side.
Logan
Sagapolo. We both paused not to be.
Damn.
Yeah.
So it would have to be
interior O line from guard to center is, besides the 5, is troublesome. That would be, you know what I'm saying? If you want to pull that up and see what we got on the interior O line, but Frankie Tenelau, which might be a tackle, but from all accounts, still too raw. And might grade out as a tackle better than a guard, but that's, again, hasn't played a snap yet, really, because he came in summer A, I think, had no spring game because his school doesn't do early enrollees, I think.
All right, so you got Lawrence Seymour still there.
Yep.
I don't know what that means. We said tow truck.
It's me literally holding back what I wanted to say when he said that name.
Antonio Tripp.
Yep. Who's a future center, right? Like,
yeah,
that's our future center. Like, if we
son, that is all. Like, Jalen Rivers would have to slide back to guard.
Yep.
And then, tackle, you got Matthew McCoy, you got Sampson, you know what I mean? You got Chris Washington, you got Michael McLaughlin. Yeah.
But they do, so the coaches, Chris LeBall, Coach Pata, and
they all cross-train.
They all cross-train, so we don't know exactly. That's just what it says on the roster. We don't know exactly who's better graded out on their books as a better guard than a tackle. That's for them to figure out. We don't get paid that kind of money or know how to evaluate to the level that they do.
Right.
But from what we saw, my voice cracked a little bit that spring game.
Yeah.
Some people I want to see less of.
So to me, that's the biggest. That would be, to me, that's the biggest reason why we wouldn't win 9 games.
That O-line, yeah. Interior O-line. But specifically the interior O-line.
Well, still the quality depth is not there across the board, still to me. Because you got your 5, and then you may have
1 or 2.
2 to 3 more, and they're young. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, they're young. So
I would feel differently about a Bruno, Tommy Kinsler, or a Frankie Tenelau, or an Antonio Tripp. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Antonio Tripp came early because he was part of but playing him a backup center. So I would feel different if like a Tenelau and a Bruno were already here, like in spring, right? Getting that time in and all that. They just got here, so anybody who goes, oh man, they're gonna be, nobody knows, bro. They haven't really practiced. They've done workouts and they might be monsters in the gym. We don't know yet what they're gonna be. We'll start getting those reports, you know what I'm saying, from the podcast that do the reports when fall practice starts and all that. But yeah, that lack of depth at the O-line is still, we have a strong 5.
Right.
Ish 5, right? Like we don't know because we haven't really seen that 5 together. We've only
Right.
heard that they're strong. We didn't get to see that spring game. We saw the D-line dominate that spring game.
Right.
So that O-line is numero uno for sure.
Yeah.
Which is what would lead to a TVD injury. What's your second reason? Well, you gave 2, right? Was the O-line and the other thing you said that I cannot remember at this moment.
All right, so we said we had the O-line, you had the quarterback injury.
Yep.
We had the coaching cohesiveness.
Yep.
And another reason for me would be the receiver position. Unproven receiver position for me.
Yeah.
You have X back.
Yep.
You got Kobe Young.
Yeah. You got Jacoby George.
You got Jacoby George, but outside of those 2, we guessing.
A lot of new faces.
We guessing again. A lot of potential.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of speed, but again, we don't know.
So, a lot of new faces, right? Like a lot of they did this other like elsewhere. Well, that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like because if this wasn't the same coaches, wasn't the same place, wasn't anything. Like it might be similar schemes, and but you still don't know how TVD throws that. You know what I'm saying? TVD might throw the ball a little bit more to the outside on the deep ball than the inside. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to get chemistry and you got to get rhythm.
Yeah.
So the skill positions, the wide receiver, just because it's Kobe Young X, Jacoby George, we saw him do his thing at spring game, but 3 years it's kind of been question marks, and that's no disrespect to the young man, but it's been what it's been. You know what I'm saying? The product hasn't been there on the field when it's counted. So skill positions would be an issue as to why we don't win. Are we saying a minimum of 9 games or 9 games?
I'm saying a minimum of 9.
Okay. All right. I'm with you on that.
Yes.
That's a good reason. That's a valid reason.
All right. So we've we've discussed mainly offensive reasons. Are we saying we're not concerned defensively?
Oh, my questions defensively go back to my coach's cohesion and language thing.
Okay.
Guidry trying to do not too much because that makes it seem like disingenuous, like he can't teach him. Like the players not being able to pick up on the audibles or the calls, remember quite the play, figuring out a strong 11 that, you know what I'm saying, strong 11 to a strong 16 or 17 to get quality depth in those positions. I'm saying in those positions. And then being right on the same page where there's no drop off. I think because there's that part of me that like I don't have as many questions on the defense as I do on the offense, because I liked what I saw, the aggressiveness and the short tackling that I saw at spring game that I imagine only got better. You know what I mean? That because they can't practice with the coaches and go full out pads, but these young men are still practicing you know what I'm saying, together. I hope they are in the off season. You know what I'm saying? So and watching tape and watching all that stuff. So, and I just think the leadership might be a little bit different on the defensive side with a Cam and a James, and even a Corey Flagg as a leader might not be the most talented other linebackers, but I still think Corey Flagg is a leader. Like I'm never going to disrespect him and say that he's not. You know, his shortcomings are what they are. We've seen them, but I still think he has a hell of a future as like a coach. You know what I'm saying, or things in that space.
Right.
What questions do you have? Like we could do breakdown position by position, but overall, I don't. And I could be totally wrong. And y'all could clip this and y'all could talk all the shit y'all want. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. I stand by it. I don't have as many questions because I don't know how to say this without, because those two people are in the league. Like the bus, I just don't see, I can't imagine, right? My brain can't comprehend as many busted plays this year as I saw last year against weaker competition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But again, could be wrong. I'll have my opinion can change at a later date. But that's where I'm at right now.
So the same concern I have offensively with the interior O-line, I probably have with the interior D-line.
Basically one position next to LT.
Yeah.
That's second DT. Yeah.
Even with LT, like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Even with LT, he wasn't consistent. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know, he's older. He should be better. He should be locked in. And with people with talent like him, because he has tremendous talent, it's mental. You know, it's sometimes it's maturity. You know, he's older. So and then it's a different standard, a different expectation with the staff that's there. So it should be better. It should be more consistent out of him. But then, you got Jared Harrison Hunt, JHH.
Yep.
Crazy talent, flashes. He's flashed, but consistency.
Inconsistent. Yep. That's across the board,
Yeah. Your man, number 99. You know what I mean? We saw it in spring game. But
he's in the intro of this podcast, yo.
Yeah, we saw it in spring game, but you know, that's spring game. That's against your own squad, you know.
Yeah.
We haven't seen what's going on yet.
Yeah.
Liechtenstein is still there. You know, he's a senior. He should be. Yeah, he should give you solid play. You know what I mean? He should. The transfer, Dean from Purdue. Great review. Like he's proven he's gotten busy in a good conference.
Yeah. Speed package.
By all accounts, he's doing real well. Then you got Thomas Gore, you know, hopefully a good depth piece, and Campbell, hopefully good depth piece. So that's your interior. It's kind of thin to me. You know what I mean?
It's questions. Yeah.
On the edge, I'm not concerned at all. I'm not concerned at all with the edge, man.
No.
NAHH, Jafari Harvey, Mess, who can move inside as well.
Yeah. Malik Bryant.
We don't know, but I'm just not concerned with that.
All right. Defensively, why we'll break this down like this? Why I think we won't win 9 games. An inability, it goes back to coaching, inability for the next man up to take a player who we complain about, right? Like we go, but this guy keeps fucking up. Player X, we don't have to say a name, you know what I mean? That's not who we are, that's not what we do. Player X keeps fucking up. Yo, why can't the next man take his spot? The inability of that happening. Like the inability for that next to be like, yo, not on my fucking watch, man. Like, nah, we're not doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not doing I'm like drumline type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm challenging P1. I might be a P2, but I'm gonna get that P1.
So the next guy to step up and no drop offs. You know what I mean? No drop offs.
No drop offs, but also it's like an accountability where last 3 years we saw the same 11. You telling me there can't be a new one in that 11? So no guy at that number 2 could get up there. So it's like that. That's how much, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how much they're not trying. These 11 are the best you got, and we see that they're not that, because the best they had was a 9-3 season off a COVID year when nobody was, you know what I'm saying? Nobody was in the stands, and we saw what happened towards the end of the year. Like that was that same 11 the last 3. No, that next guy, because a lot of these guys that have been here are still here, right? Yeah, some left, but they're like that next guy wasn't better. That would be my thing.
Okay. Yeah, I feel you. I hear that. No doubt. So is there any what was I about to say? Linebacker. At the linebacker position. Any concern?
Too many young guys.
So we got the transfer. We got 2 transfers.
Yeah, KJ Cloyd and Kiko, Francisco Magoa.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you got Wes, who's second year, played a lot last year.
Flash for sure.
Flash. And then you got young boys coming in. You still got Flag. You still got Corey back there. You still got Keandre.
Yeah. You got Chase Smith.
And you got Chase coming back.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like I said,
it's deep by all accounts.
Deep in numbers, right?
Deep.
Like,
okay, but we don't know. Yeah. Unknown. Okay.
It makes it very difficult, right? Like, because a lot of people, like, you see the comments, I don't feel comfortable naming names because that's not. Yeah, we see the same tape, man. We watch the same games. We know who we talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, too many young guys.
Okay,
that's my issue.
Is there anybody on the schedule where you say we ain't beating this squad? There's no way. There's no way we're beating them. We have less. We have less than a 30% chance of beating this team.
Truthfully, no.
Okay.
If I'm being my opinion has changed about how I view this team since we started the podcast, right? Wait. We'll get back to the conversation in a second, man. We want you to be a part of this as well. We want you to give us 2 reasons in the comments below or in the comments on our Twitter. 2 reasons why we will and 2 reasons why we won't win 9 games. Be pensive, be productive, and be proactive. Let's have a little back and forth, man. We love y'all engagement. We appreciate y'all so much. 1,000 subscribers, man. We talk about it throughout the show. It's crazy. Thank you so much, man. All right, man. I'm out. Peace. Right? Okay. Because speaking with you, you know what I'm saying, and getting to know the people we've gotten to know, and that's like, and what's been happening, and it's not to say that like, oh, Mario's the savior, because I'm not that I don't think anybody's the savior. You know what I'm saying? Only the man above. I don't give a fuck about no man on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's never been our stance on anything. Right. So fuck y'all if y'all think we Mario defenders. That's not who we are. You know what I'm saying? And yes, and I cuss on the podcast, and you can see my face. But yeah, like, I've never felt like it's been a them thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never felt, it's always been we fold. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's it's how I've always felt. Like, the moment against Middle Tennessee State, we were down 7-0. TVD comes off the field and he's hanging, like, I was like, this game's over. Like, nothing had happened yet, right? Like, he had just thrown the pick. He didn't be like, yo, fuck that, this ain't happening. He was like, hunched over. And I'm just saying, because that already happened. Like, I'm not shitting on him for the next, that happened that game. The Florida State game, which I think you were in the building for, right? They do that, what was it, like a holding or a pass interference or some shit? Next play, 70-yard bomb. Like, you see those moments, and there's never a get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, over the last 20, there's never like, nah. Matter of fact, CB, shout out to CB, 2003 Florida game was the last, might have been one of the last times that we had.
Tremendous comeback right there.
Or the Louisville game. I think that same year was, you know what I'm saying, was another get back.
Well, punching, at least punching. So when we played Florida, the most recent Florida game in Orlando.
Oh, that was
a good. I think it was 2019.
Yeah,
18,
week
19.
0. Yeah, week 0 game. Yeah,
that was a good. You know, what I mean, we lost, but we were right there. We were punching. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were punching. Like, there isn't that. Like, I'll take a loss if we fight. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I won't take a loss if we fold.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Look, you're not like. This isn't Georgia and the SEC East. No, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Georgia's the most talented team. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're them. Like, that's the standard. You want to be that's who we rank ourselves against. You want to be a national champion. Georgia, Alabama's. That's who we're trying to be and emulate from. And there's like we don't have that get back, man. And it hasn't happened. I don't know, bro.
We have as fans of other teams that think they're that think they're an unbeatable team because they had a good team last year.
I know.
They think that they're
when like the track record of your team has actually been not that.
Yeah, no.
And you struggled against, I don't know, a 500 football team to barely beat them.
Yeah.
But I get it. You taste a little bit. Like, the thing is, and I call them little brothers. Listen, little bro, like, that's the standard you set for yourself. There's a different standard here. We're angry because we haven't been that. Y'all have had 20 years to surpass us, and you haven't.
Yeah.
You still don't really. It's the reason why your university and your guy on 3, because I already said his name, still talks about us instead of hyping you up about how your season went last year.
In the morning, son, before you brush your teeth.
Yeah.
It's M-I-A-M-I.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. It's just, yeah, man. All right. Yeah, linebackers, no disrespect to the upperclassmen.
Mm-hmm.
My question for the linebackers is too many young guys. Because I think the young guys are just, I mean, fam, you've seen them. Like, just like presence and size alone doesn't mean they're great tacklers. We can't grade any of that shit out. We've seen the huddles. Again, those are highlights. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just, the question for that is, after Kiko and after Wes, you get what I'm saying? Like, I have reservations.
Okay,
is what I'll say.
All right, so reasons we will not win at least 9 games: staff cohesiveness, O-line questions, injury, a major injury. TVD gets injured.
D tackle questions,
skill position, receivers, more specifically receivers, D tackle questions.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And depth at linebacker. I don't know if depth at linebacker can be hidden with scheme though.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could bring a James in the box. You could do different things to hide that stuff. And secondary depth, like, the reason why we're not talking secondary depth could be an issue, but if D-line gets busy, secondary could be hidden.
I actually want to talk about secondary depth on the other side because I think that's a strength, actually.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's get into it, man. Why we will win. Oh, that's how we doing it. I love your subtleness.
Let's split it up.
Let's put it up, man. Let's get into this Canesware intro as Joe is so subtle about it. And on the back side of it, man, we'll talk about why we will win 9 games. Hey, man, you see it. Don't let the fact. Matter of fact, let's just hit this intro and get back.
Welcome to Canesware. Family owned and operated since 2010. Canesware has all the latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at Canesware.com. Canesware, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hey, man, look, real quick, before we get into it, don't let the fact that this hat doesn't fit steer you away from buying anything at Canesware. This is just this hat because your boy's got a big-ass head. This hat is unsnapped. CB said it on the show. At 1,000 subscribers, I got to wear this hat. So that's what we doing. Y'all see it. Look, you know what I'm saying? So y'all know we keep it a buck out here. Hey, man, Canesware's the family. Talked to Jeff the other day. Or talked to Brett the other day. He said, you know what I'm saying, they're putting in all the, you know what I'm saying, all the counters, new fancy counters, you know what I'm saying, painting the walls, getting everything ready. You know what I'm saying, with everything going on with Inter Miami. Everything going on with Inter Miami, with them getting messy. You know what I'm saying? They had to keep the store open a little longer because Inter Miami stuff just flying off the shelves. You know what I'm saying? By the way, if y'all ever get a chance to want to check out some Inter Miami talk, man, go check out my guys, Battered Herons, man. My boy Danny and Chris, man, they hold it down over there. Talking everything Miami, man, giving you some insight on good old MLS. All right, man. Brother Jeff,
we will win 9 plus games.
So why are you saying that so slow? Like I had the slow-mo button.
We will will win 9+ games.
All right, man. What you got cooking? Let's go. I started first last time. You up on this one?
Numero
uno.
This ain't last year.
Facts.
All right. Last year, we were ranked 97th in the country in total offense.
Yeah, pretty terrible. 19 points a game. Yeah.
19, is that what it was?
Yeah, like if you take, I think if you take away, it was like 22 points a game, but if you take away the Bethune-Cookman game, it was like 19.4, 19.6. Something wild like that.
All right. So that's not going to happen again.
Mm-mm.
I stand on that. That's definitely not going to happen.
I mean, we recorded it. They're seeing it. So, yeah, it's on record. You know what I'm saying? We put that shit on wax.
Not going to keep the receipts.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to do, keep the receipts. Even if I'm going to say we end up in the top 30 in total offense.
Okay.
I'm going to say we end up in the top 30. Total defense, we were in the 60s. 65-ish, 67, somewhere around there. That's not going to happen again.
Nope.
At least top 50.
Okay.
At least top 50.
I'm more and more bullyish on defense.
Okay.
On the defense side, yeah.
So
I would say
at least top 50 to me.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, people. Things change season to season, man. Game to game, week to week, day by day.
Play to play.
You know what I mean? Yes, man. Play to play, things change, man. Y'all so caught up on what happened last year. This is for our fans as well, because I think we're suffering from PTSD. We're definitely suffering from PTSD. We 100%. Went into last year thinking it was going to be the shit. Yeah. And why not? You know what I mean? Definitely. Why not? But this isn't that. You know what I mean? By all accounts, we've gotten better in the areas that were weaknesses.
Yeah.
The O-line has gotten better. We talked about the O-line, but let's keep it a buck. It's gotten better.
Yes.
Still not where we need to be, but it's gotten better.
We talked about the O-line in the sense of injuries and depth. Yes. But as a 5, graded it out, we're stronger than we were last year. And you hope
injuries happen, B.
And you hope the players that were here last year, because not a lot of the O-line transferred out, got better. Right? Like just a couple points better, so their drop off isn't as bad as it was last year. That's what you hope for. Yeah. All right, keep going.
The running back room, crazy. Crazy, right? The tight end room, crazy. Talent, crazy. The receiver room has gotten better, has gotten faster. That's the main, has gotten faster. You know what I mean? So this ain't last year. That's basic. That's what I'm gonna say. This ain't last year.
Yeah. So reason number 1, we're winning.
This ain't last year. Yeah.
This ain't last year. All right, I got you.
This ain't 2022.
Nah, definitely not.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that. Reason why we will win 9 games or more. Just what I said was a weakness on the backside. Like it clicks as far as communication, right? Like the ability to adapt from our coaches, because the players are the players, right? If you don't give these players the right scheme, if you don't teach them the right way, that's going to be what it is. It clicks like, I go back to that Shannon Dawson with Josh Pate thing. His accountability of himself when he didn't need to be, right? And during that interview, it was like, I called the wrong play here during spring game. Like, I can't imagine the previous, you know what I'm saying? Like, the guy from last year would have done that. Because we saw it on the field, right? Like, it was an inability, to like recognize what could work. Right. Because given our talent and our depth, our depth isn't there. So once we hit the injuries, but an inability to adjust. So okay, we got to get the ball out a little quicker. We got to figure out how to get the ball out of it quicker because like my quarterback's getting killed because we clearly don't have the O-line depth.
Right.
I see Shannon Dawson having that ability again. That just that moment alone, because that shows you who he really is. Everything else is coach speak, him breaking down a play and all that shit. He doesn't have to tell you I called the wrong play. You wouldn't have known.
Right.
He said that because that's honestly who he is. Yeah. And that, you know what I'm saying? Like you take those moments, just like KB gives you that moment. It's like, look, I gotta teach my guys how to deal with failure so they know how to not to let that happen again and then process that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of coaching goes beyond football. Right? Like that type of coaching is what's gonna be the difference. So just like coaching could be a reason why we don't win 9 games, coaching is the reason why we will win 9 games.
Staff, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I agree. Just the staff, the hunger, you know what I mean? Listen, the previous coaches, the previous coordinators, you know, one guy won an award. Mm-hmm. You know, the other guy is a legend in the game. Yep. You had a legend coaching linebackers. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You had a guy who's, you know, won bowl game, won crazy, a lot of games, coached, you know, tremendous teams, knows how to coach defense. He's coaching a position, you know. But keeping it a buck, the hunger is different, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? Defensive coordinators used to coaching 5 stars all over the field. He really don't have to do
very easy to coach then.
You know what I mean?
Very easy to coach. Yeah.
The coordinators we have now are coming from a place where they had to teach and develop. Yep. They had to. There's no other option because you're not getting 5 stars. You're not getting 4 stars. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? You're not getting. You might not getting
no stars.
Yeah.
I'm getting no stars. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you had to develop. You had to spend time. You had to teach. And that's what they did. So, yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Coaching staff. Now,
let's break that down. Okay, let's go. Let me break that down a little bit further. I think also that's a thing that we hadn't seen in a while, right? Like for so many of us, when I say us, I mean like the fans, like our star chasers are more than just the 247 ranking, right?
Right.
More than just like they're star chasers and names. That's why everybody was hyped last year. That's why we got caught up in it.
Right.
You know I'm saying, like, yo, we got this guy that go, holy shit. We got him coaching linebackers. We got him coaching second. We got him. Wow. Oh, we're about to ball the fuck out.
Yeah.
Not thinking about the context of it, right? And then not having these kind of conversations. So you have coaches who come in who are hungry, who have been shit talking. Oh, but he's just a G5 coach. Fam, but that G5 coach put up mad numbers. That G5 coach showed up in Notre Dame and won with less talented players and dominated on the defensive side. That's still you could shit on them if you want to, us being them being our rivals, but Notre Dame is still a talented team. Like, when was the last time Miami showed up and just dominated a team that the other team, you know what I'm saying, that the other team was better?
2017.
7 years, basically. Mm-hmm. It's been a long fucking time, man. He did that with no stars, 2 or 3 stars.
Yeah.
So imagine what he's gonna if you're the fan that says, "Oh, but we're more talented than everybody." All right, now you're gonna have a guy who could coach him up and develop him. Because we've talked about it. Gervin Hall, freshman year, balled out, got progressively worse. That's all we've seen here. So when you get a guy who's hungry, who's unproven to you but proven in coaches circles, you have to. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do because you're gonna be mad anyway, but you gotta understand that comes with a level of knowledge and teachability. Like you're teaching no stars. Like if you're a star guy, that's different to get him to the level to coach up and be that aggressive and be that confident. Because he played a lot of times. He played secondary on an island. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's yeah. I'm getting more and more hyped about that defense as we talk about this, but try not to tell lies.
So that's number 2. So number 3, we're gonna piggyback off the staff and talk about the mentality of the team. You know, the mentality shift. This is year 2.
Mm-hmm.
You get better in year 2. You know what I mean? It's proven, you know, over the course of, you know, years going back with multiple teams. Year 2, you see a huge jump. You know what I mean? And the mentality in the building, by all accounts, people in the building, players, we've spoken to a couple of players.
Mm-hmm.
Things have changed mentally in that building. From the smallest things to like cleaning up after yourself in the locker room.
Yep.
Taking pride in your locker room. Taking pride in your building.
Yep.
You know what I mean? To the largest things like running from drill to drill. You're not walking on the field.
Yep.
You're not late.
Showing up late to practice.
Yeah. You're not late to class. Grades looking fantastic. You know.
Joe, let me ask you, as a person who's been in a locker room, you know what I'm saying, and your son being in not specifically that locker room or that, what is the importance of taking care of the locker room as far as what it takes to make a team? Mario talked about it on that interview.
Yeah.
And for those, you know what I'm saying, people who are listening who have, I'm saying like myself, like I was in a locker room one time and I was like, this ain't for me. I didn't have the maturity. I didn't have the maturity level to understand, you know what I'm saying? Like this is something that I could take out my aggression on and, you know what I'm saying, and use this as like a therapy type of thing and feed this as a skill level, right?
Yeah.
I just didn't. I was too young. So for those of us who have never been in that locker room to that level, what's the importance? And for those like, what the fuck they talking about a locker room as far as being a better team? Why does that matter?
Yeah, why is that important? And it's a few things, right? So number one, pride. You know what I mean? That's your house. That's your building. You know what I mean? You don't keep your house like that. You know, you shouldn't. You know, some people, we all know some nasty people, you know what I mean? But
Facts.
You don't keep your house like that. You don't keep your room like that. You know, it's showing pride in your building, in your team, pride in yourself. Another thing is respecting the people that work in that building. Why should a grown man who's been working there for 20 years come pick up your shit? Like, this is your shit. Clean up after yourself. You don't get coddled like that. You know what I mean? Your mom's is not here. Your dad is not. Listen, pick up your shit. You know what I mean? So it's a respect thing as well. Okay. You're respecting the people who walk through that building. You're respecting the custodial staff, the trainers, the equipment people. You're respecting everybody in that building by respecting yourself and picking up after yourself. You know what I mean? So it's huge. That's huge.
Gotcha.
All right. Yeah, so the mentality, man. The mentality of the players, you know, 5 and 7, that ain't cool with them. That's not cool with them. We know players are on social media.
Yeah.
They see
very active.
The talking.
Yeah.
They seen the talking. They've heard the talking.
They watch the show. They watch the show.
They know the deal. They know the deal, man. So it's not cool with them. More player led. You know, we've seen Cam. We've even seen TVD step up a little. You know, he's not the most vocal guy, but
not that guy. Yeah,
we've seen him step up, man. Matt Lee on the O-line, you know, stepping up. Mesado on the D-line, you know, stepping up. I saw a video with who was it? Was it Wes? He was just going down, dapping up all the linebackers. It looked like, you know what I mean? Like,
Wes looked like that natural leader. Yeah, Wes looks like a natural leader. Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's what's up. That's what's up. So that's number 3 for me, man. The mentality change.
Yeah. Number 4. Number 4 for me would be why we will win 9 games. Numero 4. Just a that mentality kind of took the answer for me that I had wrapped up already. So gotta cook something up. Gotta cook something up on the show. Number 4, man. I think you were gonna say it, so I'm gonna steal it off you if I'm being completely honest. Sure. I think the secondary. I think when you brought that up, I think
that's fact.
I think we're not giving enough credit, and I want to bring it up because we want to talk about it anyway.
Yeah,
I think we're not giving enough credit to the quality depth that we have there now. Sure. We saw it at spring game. Sure. The contested catches means the set. You know what I'm saying, the corner was right there. I think that the mentality is different because with like what you said, you got Cam back there holding people accountable, and it goes back to what you said, and I wanted to piggyback off that point too, like the importance of keeping your house clean. It also puts accountability on yourself, right? Like you clean up after yourself, and if somebody does, and if you don't do it, you know what I'm saying, the next one, like, yo, man, gotta pick that up. Gotta pick that up. Doesn't just become a towel or a dirty jersey or some dirty socks or some dirty cleats. It becomes, yo, you were supposed to get that guy. Facts. I mean, let me go pick that up. Facts. That's why it's important. That's why it translates. Facts. So, yeah, man, I think the secondary is gonna be a reason that we will win 9 games. I just stole that from you because after you took mentality, I had nothing because that was gonna be my next one.
Yeah, so, and the piggyback off of that's and you're able to, instead of, I don't know what was happening last year, you know what I mean? Yeah. But instead of, you know, somebody telling you, yo, you need to pick that up, and then the other guy reacting with a negative reaction. Facts. Yo, fuck it, I ain't picking up nothing, man. You know what I mean? It's positive. Yeah, you're right, fam. You're right. Let me get that. You know what I mean? On the field. Yo, you're supposed to be over here. No, I'm not. Fuck that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Let me get it. You know, it all trickles down. That mentality, man, all trickles down. And the secondary, you're absolutely right, man. So if our 2 corners, let's say our 2 corners are Devontae Brown and DP2, right? Yeah. So you have Jadaeus Richards, the transfer from Vandy. You have Jaden Davis, transfer from Oklahoma. You have the young Brown, Damari Brown. You got Jaden Harris, who can play multiple spots. You still got TC. You still got TC out there.
I know.
You know what I mean? You still have, who else is out there at corner?
Malik Curtis.
You still got Malik Curtis back there, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who was not ready to be on the field last year if we're keeping it a buck, but they threw him out.
Yeah, and he's still there. So that means something.
Yeah.
You know,
because he got cooked a couple times last year, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not leaving. This is where I want to be." Yeah. That's a mentality shift.
Yeah.
That's like, there's a gift of me getting burnt. So what? Watch what I'm about to do.
You got Chris Graves.
Yeah. Often forgotten on this show, but never missed out on. So that's
definitely, and that's that's the corner. So you're deep, and you have players. You have a good mixture of experience. Jadaeus Richards played at Vandy, but he played in the SEC, man.
Facts.
He played against multiple people. Jaden Davis played in a conference that only
do is pass
ball, son.
Yeah, there's no running backs in that conference. Yeah,
so he's had to defend 50,000 passes, son. You know what I mean? So he won't be surprised by anything.
Facts.
He won't be surprised by anything. Devontae Brown was at what was
UCF.
he at? UCF.
Yeah. Yeah. Another conference that just throws the ball. Yeah.
Another conference. You know what I mean? So the secondary, and then we're not talking about the safeties. James coming off of shoulder surgery. You know, should be, we should, this is his 3rd year.
This is it.
We should be getting vintage, prime, elite, 5-star James Williams.
Yeah.
No, we getting in Cam. You still got Brian Balaam back there. You still got Markeith Williams. You got you have the forgotten Caleb Spencer back there.
Yeah.
Who's a problem?
This is when you see when a smile starts cooking. It was like, because I've just seen I see a scheme where Markeith and Cam are back there with James in the box. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Where you just do some what? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
man. And we talked about Jaden Harris. We seen him at the spring game.
Tackling machine.
That was my favorite DB at the spring game, man.
He didn't miss a tackle. I did not see a single missed. Yeah, I didn't see a single missed tackle that he had, man.
That man was all over the field. You know what I mean?
There was a comment, you know what I'm saying? I dropped a Twitter post, you know what I'm saying? Send your question, talk about trenches. I think we covered that, Mondo and young Cuban, aka Kubice. You know what I'm saying? The trenches are the most important. You see, when we talked about why we will or won't win 9 games.
Right.
That's the reason why. Like, if our interior O-line or our O-line doesn't mesh, or if it does, we good. But the depth is still question marks because the guys behind them are and young. If we keeping it a buck, right? They're and young. You know what the means. I don't have to explain that. Y'all know what the fuck it means. And the interior D-line is a question mark. We have a lot of new pieces. How will all those new pieces fit? How will that all work? Even like Joe said, man, even LT's a question mark because it's been inconsistent. JHH, talented as fuck, inconsistent.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of question marks. So this is more of like when it all clicks or when it doesn't. What else you got for why we will win games?
Hold on. We forgot about Big Meech, man. We got Big Meech.
Yeah.
Former QB.
Yeah.
Who I'm excited about.
Yeah,
man. You got Big Meech back there, man.
He might be he coming for some spots.
Oh, yeah.
He coming. Right. Yeah.
So you had what'd you have? DBs, right?
Yep. You blurry. There you go. You good now. You good.
All right. What are we on? Number 4, number 5.
Number
5. The running game will be 50 times better.
Yeah.
We will be able to run the ball on 3rd and 1. We will be able to run the ball on 4th and inches and get it. You know, we will be able to run the ball to close out a game. We'll need to run the ball and get a couple first downs to end the game.
So important. Such an important point.
Yes. We have the O-line. You know, we talked about that could be the reason we won't, but the O-line and then the stable of running backs, man. Mr. Parrish.
AJ Allen.
Mr. Allen. Mr. Fletcher.
Yeah.
I have to say his name like Mr. Fletcher.
Yeah. For real. Yeah.
Mr. Fletcher.
That guy. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Coming in. Yeah, man. We will be able to run the ball consistently. And then when you package in JB11, package in. If you redshirting him, he still got 4 games, or does he have 6 now?
I think he has 5. I think it's 5.
Okay.
One of those. We'll get that information. Yeah,
whatever. So
he has games. Yeah.
You know, if your 5 games are, you know, A&M, Clemson, Chapel Hill, Florida State, you know what I mean, and NC State or something, whatever, you know, you good money. So we will be able to run the ball more consistently. Yes.
Yeah. AJ Allen is on the defensive side. Then did we say Jadaeus Richard?
Yes.
That was another step. Yeah.
From Vandy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking. Yeah, AJ Allen, I think. Yeah, he's kind of my because I saw a couple of his highlights on because he got hurt last year. I think broke his collarbone like the 4th or 5th game of the year. Yep. So I was like, okay, all right, I see something there. But yeah, man. Second running backs. Running backs were deeper. Don Chaney's back to 100%, and we didn't even mention him. Yeah. If he's healthy, Trevante Sitters, which might have.
I didn't mention him because I'm looking forward to 2024 with him.
Yeah. Hopefully he's right, and even if he's not, if he's a little bit questionable, hopefully the recruiting to keep him on staff, to keep him on the rosters there. You know what I'm saying? And he's a Kane in 24 because I think he might have the greatest nickname ever. You know, then I'm about to drop the Citizen Kane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Think about the three of AJ Allen, Citizen, and Fletcher in 2024 with CJ.
Son,
and
Kevin Riley. And Kevin Riley. Come on, son. Kevin Riley? Kevin Riley. Listen, I'm not. That'll be a whole different show. I'm just going to bring Kevin Riley. Kevin Riley in 24. Okay, that's all I'm saying. What else you got for reasons why we will win 9 games or more in 2023?
Offensive system.
Yeah.
The offensive system will allow Tyler Van Dyke
to cook,
to get back to end of last half of season 2021 proportions.
Yeah.
I mean, it will allow him to get the ball to his playmakers. It will allow him to showcase his arm talent, which he does have.
Yes, sir.
No, he has arm strength. It will allow him to use his brain. He's smart. It will allow him to see what he sees, make calls, make audibles, make hot reads. It will allow him to do a lot more. That keeps you engaged in the game when you can actually make decisions at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
You know, we talked to Malik. We talked to Malik, former quarterback.
Yep.
You know, he said that's what he liked about Coach James Coley.
Yep.
You know, Coach James Coley told him, yo, make a play. Let's go. Make a play. Let's cook.
Yeah, belief and confidence is a motherfucker.
Yes. Yep. And Coach Shannon Dawson's the same way. You know, make a play, man. You know? So that offensive system is going to take advantage of the playmakers. It's not going to put so much stress on the O-line, which is a good thing. It's gonna let, you know, Brashard, Ray.
And talking about Brashard.
Yeah, man. Receiver Robbie. You know, it's gonna let those guys cook, man. Isaiah Horton, Tyler Harrell, Shimmy Shamar. It's gonna let them cook, man. So
just like the rollouts of like receiver packages is gonna be crazy, man. Yeah. You can have a big package of Isaiah Horton, Jacoby in the slot, and Kobe Young on the on the other side. You could have all all lightning package where you have receiver Robbie, Ray, X, and Tyler Harrell on the side. Oh my! Or you can flip that with a Shimmy Shamar. Yeah. Oh, it's listen, man. The quality is different. The depth is different. Not in all positions. You know what I'm saying? We talked about that, but having this conversation with you, which again, look, y'all already know how we do, man. We give each other the topics and hit that record and just go.
Yes, sir. Having
this conversation, man, is definitely made me feel more positive, right? But
we're not getting gas though.
We're not getting gas.
No,
we're not getting gas because first of all, well, you know what? Wouldn't make sense to get gas because we just talking, right? Like we're just mentioning facts of who these players are. We're not saying that like we're not giving you some crazy ass predictions like this player is gonna have 75 receptions and we're gonna have 5 players with 40 receptions or more. We're not doing that shit. Nah. We still haven't seen Shannon Dawson, fully coaching this team. We got no highlight tapes. We haven't seen anything of it. Which, by the way, Joe, I don't know if you've gotten the okay yet, but I'm gonna be in the building game 1. I'm saying you're gonna see your boy in there. I don't know if you've got it cleared or not. I don't know if there's something that you wanted to talk off air.
The conversation happens this week. So
okay, all right. So let's
got back, you know what I mean? So we gotta recoup and chill for a minute. And then I'll go for my schedule this week. You know what I mean?
So y'all send your thoughts out to Joe for him having this conversation as to why he went to go get milk and came back on a Saturday. Thanks. But hey man, look, we talked about it at the beginning of the show, but we wanna say thank you, man. We hit 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube, man. You guys have been watching. Shout out to the fact we got some SC guys watching. We got the haters. Salute to y'all as well. You know what I'm saying? We got people watching the show, man. Thank you so much. We started this, 6-7 months ago, right in November. So a little bit over 8 months, a little bit under 8 months ago, man. And y'all have responded, man. You know how we do? We keep it a buck. We don't come at y'all with no bullshit. We don't do no insider shit. We don't do none of that. Y'all have the content for that already. And we bring you guys the insiders of people who know. We just, you know what I'm saying, two boys who love to chop it up and talk about the Kings, man. So thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Drop your comments, like, comment, subscribe, leave us your reviews. We love all the feedback. You know what I'm saying? We give y'all the thumbs up because we appreciate all of it, man. Joe, what you got?
The goal was to get to 1,000 subs by the first game. So that's September. We in July. And we have 1,000. So, you know, if y'all want to get us to 1,500, I'm sorry. If you want to get us to 2K, you know what I mean, by September, that'll work. So we can work on that. You know what I mean? Let's work on this 2K by September. We appreciate you guys. Did we already give out, something for the 1K?
We didn't give out nothing for the 1K. I'm actually looking at the comments right now, man.
Yeah.
You know what, man?
We got some 1K.
Yeah, that 1K. Hey. We got that 1K. I think, should we drop the name of the one? Because there was no. We're gonna do comments from now on, man. I think we're not gonna do keywords as much. I like the comments because some of y'all leave really thoughtful comments, man. Take your time. So we're gonna start acknowledging those, man. So so our guy Rob Bryson, sorry, 7177 says, you guys freaking nailed it with the comment about talking about other schools, especially mentioning them by name. I am sick of listening to everyone talk about those obvious 3 or 4 schools and everyone wants to talk about these days. Great job, guys. Keep it up and keep talking about the U. Antonio Inoki says, excellent show, guys, with that U emoji dropping 2 truth bombs. We got Philip Regenthal. Sorry if I butchered your last name. I've said this for years. We have the most toxic fan base there is. This is the main reason I can't stand watching games with most Canes fans. One pick or one fumble, give up a score, and the game is over. And they'll sit there and be all negative. It's not over till it's over. And that's more so about the response to recruiting, right? Like, because it's one pick or one fumble, you can relate that to recruiting. Like, you think we lost on a guy out in July, you ready to throw in the towel, say, oh, it's 3-star Mario. Fam, December is when it counts. Facts. That's when they're signed, that's when it's over.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all keep coming with those comments, man. We really appreciate it. Well, we'll chop it up about the 1,000th subscriber and we'll drop the name on the next episode because we don't want to just, throw it out there. So obviously going back to this one. So yeah, man. And we want to be at full strength when we drop it, man. Because shout out to our guy CB, man. And look, man, we put our faces out there. So don't, just keep it. If you want to keep it a buck, but don't get stupid with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to answer for a lot of shit at some point.
We are everywhere.
Yeah.
We don't hide.
Never.
So we could always have a conversation about whatever you want to have a conversation about.
Whatever you want to talk about, man. We here.
Matter.
We got these mics, man. We got this camera. You see us. We got 1,000 subscribers, so the people are responding, man.
Yes.
Hey, Joe, man, I want to, we talk about it time. My brother, we started this 7-8 months ago, man. We haven't stopped. The work has been the work, man. And you see what we cooking, and we still got a lot more to give y'all, man. This is what we do. We keep it a buck, man.
We supposed to have are we having a special guest soon?
Yeah, man, we're gonna have somebody, next episode we're gonna have somebody real special on the show, man.
We're gonna chop it up.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we do, man. Look, man. This special guest also gave me, we've been told that there's a lot of people who watch the show that might not necessarily hit that sub button. You know what I mean? But they're aware of the show. Okay. Understand that we do what we do. People watch. People might emulate and imitate, but they never gonna be us, man. It's that You Heard podcast, man. We out of here, guys. Peace.